Hello again, YouTubers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain, and today I'm going to be reviewing and showing you how to play Zertz. Now, this is a bit of a somewhat classic game review. This game's been out for quite some time, but this Zertz was designed by Chris Berm as part of his GIPF project. They were a series of abstract games in an attempt to create some modern classic abstract strategy games. And this game in America was published by Rio Grande Games. Now, the game is 2 players. It is listed as for ages 13 to 99. So if you turned 100 this year, I'm sorry that that Zertz is apparently not for you anymore. And is a 30 to 60 minute game. So I'm going to start there. Now, not much to talk about with the 2 players. It's a specifically 2-player game. Now, the 13 to 99, I really wish they'd just say 13 and up with these. But with the 13, that might be a little bit of an overestimate because actually the rules of this game are quite easy to understand. I think I would drop that down a couple years. And if you have someone who routinely gets abstract strategy games in your house and is even under 10 years old, they might still be fine with this also. I mean, basically, if you have someone who understands chess and checkers, they're probably going to be okay with Zertz. As for the 30 to 60 minutes, it's a pretty good estimate. I like that they put a nice range in there because I've seen games of this go very quickly and games go a little longer, but generally an hour or less is around where you are at with Zertz. So let's have a look at what comes in the box when you buy the current edition of Zertz. So the first thing you have is the rule book. Now the rule book is very nice. It's full of lots of examples, and the rules are not that difficult. The rule book is a total of 6 pages, and that's it. It's actually very easy to understand. You'll see when I'm running you through the game, it's a very easy game to teach. You've got this little cardboard piece, which is very helpful for lining up the board, which you'll see how the board is set up in a moment. And then you have lots of these black rings, which make up the board, and marbles. Now, the marbles are of 3 different colors. You have white marbles, you have black marbles, and you have gray marbles. Now, that's really all that comes in the box. And in reality, you only use about half of the space inside this box for this. I've seen plenty of people reduce the size of their collection by putting this in a smaller container. And in point of fact, all of the bits you need to play a standard size game of Zertz will fit in this pouch. And I have just taken this pouch with me before when going to a coffee house with Lynn to play a game of this. So without any further ado, I'm going to take you to the table and show you how you play a game of Zertz. Then we're going to come back. I'm going to talk about how this game feels. I'm going to review it and rate it, and we're going to get a second opinion from Lynn. So here we can see a game of Zertz set up to be played. Setting up the game is very easy. You just set up all of the rings in the form of a hexagon with 4 rings per side. Once you have that set up, you place all of the marbles next to the board. Now, as you can see, there are the least of the white marbles, a medium amount of gray marbles, and the most of the black marbles. Now, on your turn, you have to make a choice. You either will place a marble and remove a ring like this, placing a marble here and removing a ring there. The ring that you remove must be able to be slid out of the board without moving any other rings. So, for instance, this one here could not be moved out because it would knock these 2 rings aside. But once this one had been slid out on a future turn, later you could slide this one out as well. Now, if there is the ability to jump another one of the marbles or a sphere on the board, you must take this opportunity. However, if there are multiple ways you can jump, you can choose which way you want to jump. So in this case, I might want to jump that way. I would capture the white marble, and I would put it on one of the rings I had previously collected by removing it from the board. Now, if you collect 4 white marbles, or 5 gray marbles, or 6 black marbles, or 3 of each color, you will win the game of Zertz. So now, without any further ado, we're going to run you through a few turns and show you how this goes. So I'm going to take a black marble, place it here, and remove that ring.
I am going to put a black marble there and remove that ring.
Okay. I'm going to place a gray marble here and remove that ring.
I'm going to go there.
Okay, I'm going to put another gray marble out here and remove that ring.
I'm going to put a white marble out, and I'm going to put it there, and remove that one.
Okay. I'm going to, I'm going to put a black marble here, remove this ring there. Now, as you see, I have forced a trap here now, because now on Lynn's turn, she must jump if she is able. So Lynn will jump that black piece there. She cannot keep jumping because the other black marble doesn't have any space behind it to go to. So she has captured a black marble, but then I will capture the gray marble, which is a little rarer and therefore slightly more valuable. So now it is Lynn's turn.
I am going to place a gray marble, and I'm going to put it here.
Oh, I see.
And then take away that one.
Okay, now Lynn has done the same thing and trapped me. I'm going to capture this black marble. Unfortunately, I cannot keep jumping, but she will then get to capture that gray marble. And as you see, this is how the game goes, and you keep going until you manage to collect the right pieces. There is one other way to collect pieces, which I do want to show you. So for instance, let's say we had these pieces here, this ring, this ring, this ring, and this ring had been removed, and this ring had been removed. And it was my turn, and let's say I were to get to place, because there's nothing that can jump each other, place and remove a ring. If I place here and remove this ring, completely separating them from the board, I can automatically capture these pieces. So now you keep going in this manner until one player either captures 4 white marbles, 5 gray marbles, or 6 black marbles, or 3 of each, at which point they are the winner, and then usually you set up and you play again. So now we're going to head back over, and I'm going to talk about how this game feels, and I'm going to give it a rating, I'm going to review it, and we're going to get a second opinion from Lynn. Welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Zertz. Now, there's a lot of subtlety to this game, even though the rules are very, very simple. It's very interesting to set up traps, to get your opponent to jump a less valuable piece for them at the moment, and then force them to let you jump, say, a white piece, which you only need 4 of to win. But you got to be careful, because if you feed your opponent too many of the black pieces, they're going to win by getting 6 of the black pieces as well. And you have to keep an eye on what your opponent has already collected before setting up these kind of traps and situations. And if you're not too careful, you can accidentally set up your opponent to let them do a double jump and have them capture multiple pieces when you don't realize that it's not really a trap. They had a way out. This is a real thinker, and generally speaking, considering Chris Berm's goal of trying to make these sort of modern classics of abstract strategy, this is a game that I prefer to all classic abstract strategy games. I like this game better than chess, checkers, Go, Nine Men's Morris, you name it. This game is amazing. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. This is a game I'll play anytime. I play it and then play it again and then play it again. And I really do love Zertz. And for that reason, for how much I enjoy it, for how much I want to play it, for the fact that I will play it multiple times in a row, and also for the fact that many people in my game group enjoy it, and when there's just 2 of us around, I play this a lot with Alex, I play it a lot with Lynn, I play it with my friend Duke. This game goes over like gangbusters. I'm giving Zertz 8 out of 10 stars. I really love this game. It has a permanent spot in my collection. It is not going anywhere. But let's get a second opinion. Lynn, how many stars out of 10 would you give to Zertz?
8.
So Lynn is right there with me. We are in thorough agreement on this game. Now, we don't always agree, but on this one, yeah, we both like this game a lot. This has become a staple of our coffee house games. This has become a game that when you don't want to learn a new game and you want to play a game that you can always easily remember how to play because of the 5 minutes to learn, lifetime to master feeling of this, in that it has in common with many classic abstract strategy games. This is one of our go-to games for that sort of situation. Lynn and I will both recommend this game to you wholeheartedly if you are on the lookout for a really good, easy to learn, difficult to master abstract strategy game. Plus, the look of this game is just amazingly cool. Whenever you're playing it, you're going to get people saying, "What is that?" The marbles on the discs just look so cool on the table. So there you have it. 8 stars from me, 8 stars from Lynn, 16 total stars from us here at the Board Game Captain. This is a game we can highly recommend to you. Zertz. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns either on the game of Zertz or on this video, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see us do more like it, be sure to give it a like. Share this video on any social media that you may have. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelt with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.